I gotta tell you, Alicia, for the now umpteenth time, we've taken the Trump administration to court and beaten them at their own game. For the past 4 years, this administration has been relentless on their attacks, and once again, we put points on the board for Dreamers, DACA recipients, and immigrants all across this nation. And I'm sure that the other panelists feel exactly the same way.
Grace, when it comes to DACA, there is the question of what needs to happen next. I want to ask you about that, but I also want to ask you where you see DACA in the larger question of reforming immigration in this country.
Well, we know, the members of United We Dream know that DACA is the floor and not the ceiling. When we first set out to win DACA in 2012, after the defeat of the DREAM Act in 2010, we knew that we needed to fight for protection from deportation for all 11 million people in this country. And so the fight of victory of DACA and like the ability to defend it in court day after day and fight after that fight is because we believe that our parents, that the people, the janitors in our hospitals right now, all of those undocumented people that are essential workers demand and receive permanent protection for people that does not harm folks. And so this victory of DACA, as some of the members of United We Dream have reminded me in the last couple of hours, is that all we do is win. We are ready for the next fight to come. We know that the Biden-Harris administration has a clear mandate to ensure that we're delivering permanent protection for 11 million undocumented people. And that this victory of DACA says one thing clear, is that Latinos, that young people, that Black voters that went out to vote in this November have a clear mandate for this country, and that Donald Trump continues to lose.
Caitlin, in this bouquet of issues, there is, of course, family separations. Advocacy groups have been pleading for months for information to help reunify families that were separated by the Trump administration. This week, the government handed over new information, including phone numbers. The ACLU's Legal Alert said everyone's been asking whether the Trump administration has been helping to find these families. Not only have they not been helping, but they have been withholding this data forever. Can you give us some context around what this new information means and what it means for the Biden-Harris transition as they, begin to think through how they undo this and make these families whole?
Sure. So the Trump administration has fought tooth and nail at every turn, really, to hold back information about family separations, starting from the very beginning when it denied that family separations were happening. And as a result of that, you've had parents and children who've been strewn across international borders for unnecessarily long separations. They haven't been able to contact each other or come back together. So the information that came out in court just this week, it's really snippets. It's little bits of data, phone numbers, addresses, names, contact information for some of the several hundred we know now, parents of separated children who the government still has yet to contact and account for. We don't know their situations, and we want to be clear that it's possible a lot of these parents may be back with their kids. We just don't know. But the reason it's important is because now, we're at this moment as a country, and certainly in this federal court case, where we're taking stock of impacts from this policy, and that requires actually finding out who is affected, where they are, how they're doing, did they have an opportunity to be reunited. So that's why these snippets of information are really important for the public to have. But as we started out by saying, it's little bits and pieces, and it's a fight every single time to try to get a little bit more detail from the administration.
President-elect Biden has said he'd set up a task force to reunify separated families. His transition team, though, has not yet committed to giving parents who've been deported the option to come to the United States to reunite with their children. How do you want to see the Biden-Harris administration tackle this question?
3 ways. The first one is ensuring that we are enacting a moratorium on deportations, letting our people go from detention centers that have become hotbeds for COVID spreads. And the second one is to acknowledge that the growth of the DHS Department of Homeland Security has been a steady growth in the last 20 years. That is a $20 billion department that has cost taxpayers like me and people that are watching tonight. And as under our watch, we have seen hysterectomies of migrant women, separation of families. And so the Biden administration has a clear mandate to bring our people back that have been wrongfully deported, to enact and expand administrative action, and to ensure that the children and the women that have suffered at the hands of Donald Trump, that he has exposed, the rot, and then within ICE and CBP, that we defund those agencies and invest in those communities and what will be needed to reunite these families.
One, since Graysa just brought up DHS, I do want to ask you about President-elect Biden appointing Alejandro Mayorkas to the head of DHS. I think there are a lot of folks within the advocacy community that just don't want to see Mayorkas, if he is confirmed, undo a lot of what the Trump administration did. I think they want to see a reimagining of DHS. Can you give us a sense of what that would look like?
Well, I think that the incoming administration under President-elect Joe Biden has, obviously, as Graysa mentioned, a mandate here to not just reimagine, but also reinvigorate essentially how these agencies have operated and how they foresee themselves in the future. For the past 4 years, we've lived under an administration, Alicia, and your viewers know this, that have been relentless in their attacks, but also misleading the public about what their powers are, what their intentions are, ultimately the cruelty that we have seen in their actions. So we're looking very much so forward into potentially having a partner at the Department of Homeland Security, but more importantly at the administration that hears the demands of various advocacy groups, and for us to essentially take clear stock of what the direction and the mission of these organizations will be moving forward and how they will restore their own credibility in the public's eyes.
Hey there, I'm Chris Hayes from MSNBC. Thanks for watching MSNBC on YouTube. If you want to keep up to date with the videos we're putting out, you can click subscribe just below me or click over on this list to see lots of other great videos.